Every angler dreams of catching a trout on a fly that they have tied. It's happening. And today I'm starting that journey. However, I have one problem. I don't know how to tie a fly, but I know someone that does, and they're willing to help. The following morning, I jumped in the car and traveled to Bluff City, Tennessee. This is where the journey begins. You may recognize the speckled trout pattern on the side of this building. That's because we're starting at Tailwaters Fly Company. My emotions were stuck somewhere between excitement as well as anxiousness. This is the first time I'll be tying a fly, and honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go.
I'm John Leraas. I'm here with Tailwaters Fly Company. I'm here to help Michael catch his first fish on a fly that he's tied himself. We have two parts to this task. One is figure out what bugs the fish are eating, and then two is figure out a fly that's going to imitate those that's relatively easy to tie. So right now, fish are taking midges on the upper Watauga, upper Holston. We're going to tie a variation of a zebra midge. It's a pretty easy fly to tie. We're going to do some colors that are a little bit more subtle than your traditional zebra midge. I think those work a little bit better than your standard. We've got a lot of the materials that we're going to use right here. We've got beads, we've got hooks, and then we've got some thread and wire, so it's a pretty simple fly to tie overall.
How concerned are you that this entire video could be a train wreck?
Well, I'm a little concerned.
John asked for 10 minutes before we got started so he could talk to a few customers. That gave me the perfect excuse to walk across the hallway to one of my favorite coffee shops, South Fork Coffee. They see my face a lot around there, and were kind enough to let me go behind the counter to get a couple of unique detail shots. If you've not had a chance to get coffee over here, I hope you'll check them out. They also help fund local nonprofits, so when you get a cup of coffee here, you're supporting the community. Now it was time to finally learn how to tie my own fly.
All right, so we're about to prepare Michael to tie his first fly, and the first thing we're going to do is teach him to start his thread on the hook, and then every single fly basically has two steps. You start your thread, you wrap stuff around the hook, and then you tie a knot at the end so that it doesn't come unraveled.
After setting up a unique angle, the whole shot was blurry, which was unfortunate, but while recording, I discovered a funny word.
Thread's in the bobbin.
It's in the bobbin.
It's in the bobbin. Hold your bobbin up and your thread down.
Wait a minute, this is a bobbin?
Yeah, this is the bobbin.
All right. We're finally done with the blurry shot. This next part is me stumbling over a knot as John tries to explain how to tie it.
And now we're going to learn how to tie that knot to keep everything from coming unraveled.
Okay, let's do it.
It's over that way.
Okay. So kind of like crosses.
Right there.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Again. While tying the fly, I accidentally broke some of the thread off. Now, what is the purpose?
That's all right. We can just start that thread again.
That was all of my work, wasn't it?
Well, it was only 30 seconds of work.
Hey, that felt like a lifetime. just want you to know. Things were not going smoothly, but luckily for me, John is an excellent teacher, and slowly but surely, I started gaining confidence in tying flies. In case you guys were wondering, that is a bobbin. I switched up the angle again for a wide angle shot, but accidentally left it on slow motion. As I feared, this video was turning into a train wreck. I overcompensated by doing a time lapse with a goofy voice filter. Despite all the early mistakes, the fly was finally starting to come together. Each wrap of the thread gave me more confidence, and I could feel the rhythm of the craft taking hold. Somehow we pulled it off. John was able to coach me past all the failure, and I was determined enough to not give up. Check out this beautiful zebra midge. I can't believe I actually tied that with my own hand. The second fly was made from rabbit and squirrel hair and is called a waltz worm.
So if you're interested at all in tying flies, we're going to be doing classes over the fall. We've probably got one of the better fly tying selections in the region. Come check us out. And if you can get here, that's perfect. If not, you can find us online. We've got almost everything that we sell online as well. All right, so now we've tied these flies. Again, we checked the generation before we decide which patterns to tie. We're going to be going over to the Watauga River. I'm going to be coming with Michael, so hopefully we can put these flies to good use.
Mandy said she'd take care of things at the shop. And with that, we were on our way. I'm in the parking lot right outside of the fly shop, and in my hand are two flies. With these flies, I actually have confidence. I think I can catch a fish. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm also nervous because we've only got two. The last time I went fishing, I lost 3 flies in one trip. So there's an element of risk here that I could lose the 2 flies I've just tied. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm confident I can catch something as long as I can get it in front of a few fish. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's to head to the river and see if I can catch something. I'm leaving the fly shop with 2 simple flies of my own making. As Watauga River creeps into view, I can't help but wonder, what will happen when these meet the water? There's excitement, yes, but also doubt. Maybe nothing will come of it. Or maybe everything will. John helped rig up my fly rod, and he even prepped the indicator so it would float better. Then we crossed a bridge to scout for fish, and it didn't take long till John spotted some. We knew there were fish there. Now it was time to see if we could catch one. Alright guys, I'm headed down to the river, and John's got me hooked up. He just helped me rig up the rod, so we'll see what happens. I'm nervous, I'm excited, and we've got my two flies that I've tied, so moment of truth, here we go. All right, let's head out so that my false cast doesn't get into these trees. My leaky waders are doing their job. They're leaking. Need to get some new ones. Maybe, just maybe, we can catch a fish on the nymph that I tied, guys. Here we go. First cast, first drift. Here we go. Oh my goodness, the mend was terrible. I'm gonna let it drift though. All right, we're now in that bubble line, guys. If that indicator goes under, we're setting the hook. Hopefully it goes under. I missed one. It finally shot under real quick. I missed it, of course, but we had a bite. It's a good sign. Come on, smack it. Smack it, come on. Fish! We got one, guys. Okay, I've got one. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, it's jumping. Oh my goodness. John's coming with the net. I forgot my net. So I've got to keep this line tight, slowly bring him in. Oh my goodness, stay on. Stay on, little rainbow. Okay, it's time. Moment of truth. Yes! We did it! Yes! Woo! This may not have been the largest fish in the river, but it felt like one of the more significant fishes I've ever caught. After admiring it for a few moments, we let it slip back into the river. And with that came a sense of accomplishment. I cannot believe that just happened. I'm so happy right now. The pressure's off. I was just wondering, can I catch a fish on a fly that I've tied? The answer is yes, and I can tell you it's a really good feeling. You just feel like you've accomplished something a little bit more than the norm, and that was a lot of fun. So, whew, now the pressure's off. Let's get back out there. Let's join John on the river. Let's see if we can catch some more fish. It was fun fishing next to John, who is a seasoned fly fisherman. For me, fly fishing is still a fairly new thing, but for John, he's been doing it for almost his whole life. And believe me, I learned a lot from him that day. Fish! There we go, guys. Fish on. Trout number 2. It's happened. Look at that little rainbow. He's about 7 inches long. Let's go ahead and give this guy a nice release. Whoa, he did like a backflip. That was cool. Heck yeah. I feel like I was finally starting to hit my stride, and I had this newfound confidence that previously did not exist. On top of everything, it was a beautiful October day. The sky was clear and the leaves were changing, and it just felt like a magical time to be on the river. This is when something caught my eye, shimmering below the surface, wedged between some rocks. What is that? Whoa. I just found like a bunch of weights. Like a ton of them, BBs, you know? Holy cow. What the? That is amazing. Look at this, guys. It says BB227, and there's like about 100 of these things. I wonder if I can open the box. Yeah. That'll drain a little better. Nice. Look at all those BBs. Whoa. That's crazy. I'll have to dry those out. That's a nice find. All good things eventually come to an end, and as I was filming a low angle on the river, I suddenly felt my fly clipping the tree on my false cast. As I examined my fly line, I realized I had just lost my treasured zebra midge. You can see me looking up into the tree, desperately trying to locate it. I just lost my fly in a tree, I think. So guys, it happened. I lost my fly, my little midge that I caught my 2 trout on. I was casting back, or I was doing my false cast, and I felt, just a little bit of pressure behind me, like I nicked something. Then I noticed that the indicator was all that was left. The other fly is gone, so we've re-rigged with the other fly that I tied at John's shop. Let's go back out here. Let's see if we can catch one more before we have to end the day. With one remaining fly, I waded back out into the river and began to fish again, hopeful I could catch 1 or 2 more fish before the day was over. However, the day had other plans, and after a few more drifts, I suddenly realized that my second fly was also missing, and all that remained was the indicator. And even though I'm a little sad that I lost both of the flies that I tied that day, I can't help but be grateful for all the memories and experience I was able to gain. Not only did I get to learn how to tie a fly, but I got to spend some time with John, who's a good guy and an excellent teacher. I got to go out on a beautiful fall day and catch some fish, which is an absolute thrill on a fly rod. Overall, this experience has taught me a lot of things about being open to trying difficult things, as well as embracing challenges. And also I learned it's okay to ask for help from people who have experience. At the end of the day, we're all on different journeys as anglers, and we all have a common goal, which is to catch a beautiful fish. I'd like to personally thank John for helping me accomplish my goal of catching a trout with a fly that I tied with my own hands. Without him, none of this would have been possible. And that's how the story ends. I hope you enjoyed the adventure as much as I did. Until next time, tight lines.